which gets us to the question of what won't you carry? I think we talked earlier about the toxic toys. Do you want to go into more depth?
Well, it's just for our listeners. Chances are we've all got something in our closets or our drawers.
Think of 5 things.
I'm thinking of a lot of things now that I had no idea until this evening. Jelly toys are toxic.
If I don't feel okay about using it, we won't sell it in the store.
Inflatable butt plugs, are they safe?
No.
Because they could...
Not necessarily because they could rupture, because the incidence of that happening is probably really low, but the material that they're made out of is not healthy.
So there's no substitution for that?
No.
But what if you really like it? What can you do?
Well, you can decide how much you like it and whether or not your health is more
Can you cover it with a condom?
Well,
It's just back to the shower curtain conversation. If you can smell it, you're breathing it in through your lungs, so you're taking in that chemical anyway.
You know, there's other things.
well, that's the basic bottom line rule, because there's lots of sex toy materials available, and really when it comes down to it, if it's a soft sex toy material and it's not silicone,
It's dangerous.
it's dangerous. And it has lots of different names, whether we're talking about, jelly rubber toys or, Cyberskin.
Cyberskin's not good.
Are you 3 Futurotic? All of these different things. They're all different trade names for the same thing. Different company formulas. Like, there's cookies. There's lots of cookies out there in the world. And Oreos and chocolate chips and, all these different things. They're different kinds of cookies, but they're all cookies. Well, these toxic sex toys, they're all toxic. But this one's Cyberskin and this one's jelly and this one's Crystal Essence. And the way you can tell if you've got a toxic cookie on your hands is by smelling it.
Okay, Mayanna roast, then that's safe because it doesn't smell like anything. Yeah. Mayanna roast is safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
don't tell me Mayanna roast isn't safe.
No, that's safe.
No, that is
Okay.
safe.
Yeah, it's soft materials that smell like something. And what you're smelling is those toxic chemicals. Or if your sex toy is perfumed or pleasantly scented, like if your new butt plug smells like apple cinnamon, or it smells like a doll or something like that, you're smelling those toxic chemicals. And those chemicals are called phthalates. And if you can get your hands on one of our toxic toys cards, phthalates is spelled out, so you can do some more research and learn more about it. But
Can we put this up on our website?
oh, please, we'd love it if you did.
Yes.
But those chemicals are carcinogens and teratogens, and what that means is they give you cancer and they cause birth defects.
Oh my God.
So they're super, super unhealthy. And
I'm going to need to buy all new stock of sex toys. Good
Well-
thing you're here.
well, that was what happened when we found out about it too. Like, we had to go home and purge our own sex toy boxes because we didn't know until we opened the store. Once you're dealing with the safe materials, those manufacturers care, and they're all those toys are handmade by artists, and they're safe because they're intended for play. They're not novelty items.
They're intended to be used. They're designed
For its use.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're not novelties.
Right.
They're not listed as novelties.
Right.
Or are they?
Some of the
some of them are.
manufacturers will say for novelty use on them, but I think that those are companies that are trying to get more mainstream stores to carry them too.
I have to ask you guys a question now. What's become really popular is this slumber party stuff.
Oh, the pleasure party.
Pleasure parties and everything. And I yeah. As soon as I learned about these, it's like Amway for sex toys. And stuff they were selling was so marked up for the crap, that they were selling.
Right.
That I just kind of wanted to grab everyone I knew that was doing this and hey, see this website? You can get all your shit for 50% below margin, where stores buy it. All you got to do is get your $300 or $400 together and buy it. It's all the jelly stuff. You
Yep.
got to have an opinion on this. Where do you stand on the pleasure parties?
There's several different companies. There's tons of companies. It's growing huge. It's a big deal, and I think it's a good idea because people can gather friends and have a good time, and it opens up conversations for people. But they are selling jelly toys. They are selling you the toys that we're not selling. But
I think that the concept is good,
yes,
and that is something that could be really wonderful for women as far as sexual autonomy and as far as developing relationships with partners and, adding new elements to their sex life and developing business skills and becoming really independent that way. But they're selling crap for quality, and the people who own these companies don't give their representatives that information. So their representatives don't know when they go to these parties that they're selling people dangerous things.
Thank you so much, Jessica and Jesse, and to your other partner who couldn't come tonight, Jenny. Just loved having you in. We think very highly of what you do and who you are, and we do think that people like you are changing the world. So even if you're not sure, just keep in mind that we are big fans of what you do, and we will be and continue to be large proponents for your style of doing business. And we just think you're awesome.
Well,
Thank you.
Thanks for having
We
us here.
appreciate that.
We loved having you. This has been Sex is Fun, show number 7. I'm Kidder Caper.
And I'm Lorax.
And here's our engineer Coochie signing off.